Hello, Joshua. Thank you for the thumbs up, Joshua. How are you? How are you doing? Ah, nice to know that you're doing great. Hi, Nate. How are you? Is it better now? How was your day, Joshua? Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the 3 persons. Happy to have you here. So tonight I'm working on my WH for it is not easy to work on WH, and I don't want to wait until I get to the final milestone to work on it, for it might be much harder that way. It's best to start from now. But as the title says, that talk YT and WH. What do I want to talk about YT for now? Quite a few things that I did not know, and I am still learning as I go on. So, number one thing that I did not know that you could get support. I thought that if you decide to do content, if you're a content creator, you would have to go about it all by yourself. So that is what I thought. I never knew that there were support out there. And for first time persons who don't really know what to do, that they could get support, they could get knowledge of the streets, and to know some of the things that need to be known, so that they can be better as they grow. I never knew that. So I was just going about it, and just believing that, okay, I started, and so while I start, I'll be able to just do what I had to do. Thank you for the 4 thumbs up. And then I recognize that it is can be a challenge. It can be some work if you are going about it all by yourself. If you don't know the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs. I also thought that, I did not know how to go about doing the live. And I got to understand that as you make content and you edit them, they take time. So that was a learning curve for me to learn about that. But then as I learn and I go on, I recognize that you don't have to be isolated while you are doing YT at all. I recognize that you don't have to be. You don't have to be isolated. You can actually get the chance to get the help that is necessary. And as the help comes in, then you will be better for it. So I would have learned so much. Like one of the things that I learned, that if you are on a live, you should not visit another live. Those things I never knew. And also learning that, for instance, if you're here supporting me, and say for instance you come on and you're just here for less than a minute and you just gave your thumbs up and you go, I did not know that that does not count. When it's time, to do the analysis, those, those areas, when it is checked by YT, thank you for the 5th thumbs up. When it is checked, it won't count at all. Those little things I did not know. So I learned those things as I go along. So I also know, not now just for myself, but also for others. Like when I go visiting anyone, I will know that I can't just go and not stay, not give a little time before I go, because if I do that, my support is really minimal, or it will not count. YT won't count it as support because I would not have given enough time. So those things I did not know, and so I would have learned those things as I go along. Also, I would learn about audience. Like you decide who you want to view what you have created. So there are rules and guidelines with YT. So those little things we need to know, and as we know them, it helps us to ensure that we are on the right path, so to speak, so that when the time comes when we reach our milestone. Thank you for joining. I see those persons. I see the 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. So when the time comes and we get to our milestone and it is time to see if we are compatible with guidelines, then we will be in line on the good side. So all of those things I would learn, and then I would have met great people along the way that just teaches things. They just let you know. They just give information. And I did not know that that exists here. I think that it was to each his own. So anyone that comes, they just have to just chart the path for themselves. And if they get there, they get there. And if they don't, they don't. But there's this little gem that we used to, where it says, no man is an island, no man stands alone. Matter of fact, it's a song. So it really speaks volume that when you are connected to people And when you are connected, thank you for the 8 thumbs up, when you are connected to the right people, it speaks volume, it speaks a lot, and you cannot lose when you are connected to the right people. You cannot lose at all. So I get to learn those things. So learning is an everyday thing, I would say. As you grow, there's much more to learn. What you would gain today, it will not just be knowledge for today. It can be knowledge for a lifetime. It can be knowledge that helps someone else to get to that place of knowing, and that person also can impart the same knowledge or also grow or add to what they have learned to dispense even greater knowledge to someone else. So it is good. It is a good thing, I believe, as we share, as we are in the streets. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you'll stay here, stay with me for some time, so that your presence can not only be felt and appreciated, but you staying here will count as it relates to time. I will gain that watch time that I'm looking for, because I cannot do this without you. If I am here all by myself, the time will not count. But if you are here with me and you stay, the time will count. So say if you stay for, that's another thing that I learned. If you stay for 10 minutes, it counts. It really counts. You may look on it like it's a small amount of time, but say 10 people stay for 10 minutes. Say 20 people stay for 10 minutes each. Say 30 people stay for 10 minutes each. It all adds up. So it may look like it is small, but it is a lot. So for whatever time you get to stay with me, whether you stay for 10, for 20, for half an hour, for an hour, I won't go beyond an hour. I think that's where I will just make it short and just stay here for an hour. And for those of you who will stay with me, I bless you. And remember, you can comment, you can spam the comment section. You can use the YT emojis. They are there to be used. Don't be afraid to use them. I am not. Thank you for the 9 thumbs up. I am okay with you using the YT emojis. Some persons don't really like seeing them, but it's not a problem. YT make them for us to use them, so I am okay with you using them. So you can do that. But the natural emojis, you can stay away from those ones. But the YT ones, thank you for those persons who are joining. You can join the comment section. I will appreciate it. Stay with me for a while. Thank you for that. Much appreciation to you. So yes, you can use those YT emojis, those pinky hand, those hug hearts, and all of those ones that YT has created. They have been created for content creators, and therefore if you use them here, I am okay, I'm happy with it. So you can go ahead and use them. So as I said, I will not be here for a very long time. I will do no more than an hour and just gain some WH in, and then I go rest up for a new day, for I have to give thanks for each day that I have been spared. So many persons are going out and some do not get to return, and some going through many things, and therefore I really have to give thanks for all the blessings that come my way. I have to truly give thanks. This, I would say, as I continue to talk YT. This, I would say, is a great platform for anyone who wants to be a content creator. For whatever reason you choose to be a content creator, it is a great platform. If you are a spiritual person, if you're a child of God, if you are someone that loves to cook, you cook really well and you want to show your skills, if you want to give guidance and direction, if you want to, if you're in beauty and you want to give some beauty tips, if you are a hairstylist and you want to share that, or if you just want to share your journey as a human being, it is a great platform for you to use, for us to use. How do I feel about starting? I am happy that I have started. I was a little bit timid at first. I wondered as to if I would like it, but I find that it is okay. It is okay. I'm okay with turning my cameras on. One thing I don't so much like, I don't really like silent live. I know it has its purpose. I know it really helps with the WH, but I don't like the silent. I think perhaps it's the silence for me. Too much silence. I'm not so much for that. I prefer to be speaking. So whenever I come up here, I like to be able to say something to you. And so that even after I would have ended, someone see it and they click on it, they can actually want to listen. But if it is silent, no one would want to stay. That's how I see it, because then it's just pure silence that you'll be looking at. But if someone is there saying something, perhaps someone can gain some understanding from what has been said, so that's how I look at it. So, and I like talking to my people. I prefer, even though you are there, I can see three of you here with me now, and you're not talking to me, but I'm talking to you. I love talking to you. So I don't mind if you just come in the comment section and say something. Ask me anything, or anything at all that you want to say. You can say something if you want to, but it's okay if you want to stay in the bushes and not comment. But I don't mind if you comment. And if you are here for the first time and you are not a part of this channel, if you have not yet connected, just hit that thumbs up and just hit the subscribe and get connected to me, and so that when I upload or when I go live, you will be the first to know. Ensure also that you turn the notification bell on, for that will also help you to know when I am here or when I post something. As it relates to support and others supporting you, I love it, and I love give support. There is something that my mother used to say. In our country, for those who are in another country and don't understand our native language, patois, she used to say, hand go where hand come from. I'll slow that down to do it I'll do it in patois again, and then I slow it down to do it in English. So it says, hand go where hand come from. And I slow it down now in English. Hand go where hand come from. What does that mean? You give a helping hand will come to you. So that's what it means. So I believe in that. Thank you for those persons who are just joining. Feel free to stay with me. Feel free to get in the comment section and drop me a comment and give me a thumbs up. Yes, so as you help someone, help will come back to you. Sometimes the help that you give, thank you for that thumbs up. Sometimes the help that you give may not come back to you from the person or persons that you have given it to, but sometimes that's okay as well, because you have already put it out there in the atmosphere. So while it is out there and you have that rightful, helpful spirit about you, it's out there in the atmosphere. It will come right back to you. You give love, love will come right back to you. You give joy, joy exude from you, it will come right back to you. Peace the same way, it will come right back to you. May not be the way you want it, may not be how you want it, may not be from whom you want it, but it will come. So, as we speak on that topic of giving and receiving, in that area where giving and receiving is concerned, I would like to know that when you come here and you supporting me, you leave me a comment so that I can say something back to you. So that helps me to know that you are a true and loyal supporter that does not, you're not afraid from letting me know that you are here. It's best for me that way. For you could have come and you just give me a thumbs up and you listen what I have to say, and that is great and beautiful. That is okay. I receive that as well, because it is still support, and I appreciate every support however it comes. But when you come and you leave me something, and when I go to my studio and I look and I see that you were here, it makes a great difference for me. I know who has come. I know who has left something. So that I would encourage you to do if you are able to. But if you don't feel pleased to do so, or if you want to conceal your identity, and because you want to conceal your identity, then you differ from leaving a comment, that is also okay. Just leave me a thumbs up and you watch for a while. If you are able to watch all of whatever it is that I have, you can go right ahead and do so. If you are not able to do so, then you can just watch for 10 minutes. If it's a very short, then my shorts are normally from anywhere from under a minute to 3 or 3.5. Those that are over that may be between 5 to 8, unless I am on a live that I will go for like an half an hour or an hour or 45 minutes or over, depending. So that's how I do what I do. But it is a great feeling to be able to come and talk to you guys and to share what I have to share, and to have you come and share the experience with me. I am completely appreciative of that. Completely, completely appreciative of that. So I will just continue to be here for a little while, and I'll just continue to be here for a little while. I have gone, say, about 25 so far in. Welcome in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Welcome to you. Thank you for joining. Please give the live a like if you have not yet done so. If you're just coming in and you have not yet liked, please hit the like button. And if you are comfortable, join me in the comment section. Thank you for being here. Stay a while with me as I work on my WH. How are you doing today? So I'm checking out the news on the Gleaner online, and here it says NWA urges caution along elegant corridors as traffic signals out of service. So the traffic signal is out of service. So the NWA is saying take precaution where that is concerned. Earthquake hit Jamaica's 39 minutes ago. Let me read that to see what it says. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. Section of Jamaica were this evening rattled by an earthquake. The earthquake unit reported that quake had a preliminary magnitude of 4.2. Wow. And was located approximately 5 kilometers south of Hope Bay, Portland. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Something in my forehead. Ravia Shirley is just 4 months old and has already undergone 8 surgery. Wow. To give him a chance at a normal life. He was born with a spine bifida, a condition that affects the spine and often results in damage to the spinal cord and nerves. The neural tube defect is usually apparent at birth and may cause physical and intellectual disability that range from mild to severe. Describing her son as a fighter, his mother, 25 years old, Vanessa Dixon, said, "The family has been enduring and an emotional roller coaster as he faced one surgery after another." So he's just 4 months old and he has already had 8 surgeries at 4 months old. Wow, that is so much for a child. So much. She told the Gleaner that soon after Revere was born, doctors at the Bustamante Hospital for Children performed corrective surgery. However, they later discovered that he had hydrocephalus. Hope I called that properly. The accumulation of too much fluid in the brain and spinal cord and needed another emergency surgery. Because that was not the only thing that was happening to the boy, he also had blood issues. His blood was not clotting. So if they should have gone in and made a minor prick on the body, he would have bled out, she said. Wow. As a result, she said the operation was postponed and the mother, who is currently unemployed, said she had to purchase a shunt and hollow tube surgically placed in the brain. Wow. Or occasionally in the spine to help drain the fluid and redirect it to another location in the body where it can be reabsorbed. This piece of equipment is not provided by the hospital, my God, and ended up costing her more than $100,000. But she said that after he received the shunt, he became even more ill and became septic. Wow. His lung started collapsing. His kidney started getting injured. His liver started going bad because the inflammation was taking over the entire body. The blood, they said it was contaminated. Wow. The wound were infected because by then he would have had the brain surgery, she recalled. Still hopeful for a miracle, Dixon shared that because of the surgery that was done on his spine, young Revere would require therapy and plastic surgery. She said each therapy session costs 15,000 and would need to be done 3 times a week. The treatment, she said, is offered at the hospital. However, it is done only once each week. When I am when I am just seeking assistance. Where I am just seeking assistance for the therapy so that he can be able to move around, she said. So this is a little boy that is ill, and his mother is asking for help. He started having surgeries from just 4 months old. 4 months old and have 8 surgeries already. 8 at 4 months old. Unable to provide the funds necessary for this treatment as she and her partner use all their savings at onset. The mother of two said she took to social media to share her story and to seek help. It has been very, very hard on us. We have good days. You all know good days when there is progress, and so I look on those days, but it is really, really hard for us, especially financially. But I am still just trying to remain hopeful about the situation, she told the Gleaner. Inspired by her child resilience, thus far, Dixon said she is determined to do everything she can to help him. I hope that regardless of whatever it is that is happening, I do hope that he will be able to at least have some sort of normalcy with him. Miracles do happen. I do hope that with the therapist I am seeking for him, he'll be able to walk, she said. So the mother is hopeful that the child will be even have a bit of normalcy. Persons willing to assist Vasia Dixon, Vanessa Vanessa Dixon can reach out to her at 876-209-1829. So that is just persons who really want to help, persons who will help and can help just for that reason, to reach out to this mother that have this child of 4 months old. The child would have done 8 surgeries already, still have surgeries to do, but the body is not able to take the surgery, so they have some tube that they have inserted to try to drain fluid from the brain and the spine, and the child need therapy. So she is seeking aid, and the number to reach out to her if you can donate is 876-209-1829. That is 876-209-1829. It's a touching story, a very touching story. mother seeking help for her son. So if you are able to help the son, you go right ahead and grant some help right there. Just reading some stories from the Gleaner. Alright, this one is a story about someone being charged. Man charged for STABBING cellmate at halfway tree lockup. The police on Tuesday charged a man for the STABBING of a cellmate at the lockup at the halfway tree police station in St. Andrew. He is 36 years old, Kirk Douglas, a welder, Roden Christian, Kingston 5, who has been charged with WOUNDING with intent. His court date is being finalized. The police say the incident happened on Wednesday, December 13, 2023. This is stated by the Gleaner. Reports are that about 10:45 a.m. an argument developed between D and one of his cellmates. The tussle ensued and D reportedly used an instrument to create that STA dash his cellmate several times. I am doing that because certain things we can't do here. That is the reason why I'm not calling out the word. The injured man was taken to the hospital where he was treated. D was charged on Tuesday, April 30. And in other news, as reported by the Gleaner, unexpected announcement of Prime Minister divides Haiti, nearly created transitional council. Port-au-Prince, Haiti, a surprise announcement that revealed Haiti's new prime minister is threatening to fracture a recently installed transition council tasked with choosing new leaders for the Gandriddled. Caribbean country. I'm laughing, it's not a laughing matter. 4 of 7 council members with voting power said Tuesday that they had chosen F for the first name and B for the second name as Prime Minister, taking many Haitians aback with their declaration and unexpected political alliance. The council members who Belizier, who served as Haitian sports minister during the second presidency of Rene Preval from 2006 to 2011, are now weighing options including fighting the decision or resigning from the council. This is a Haitian news as it is in the Gleaner. A person with direct knowledge of the situation who did not want to be identified because negotiations are ongoing said the council political accord has been violated by the unexpected move and that some council members are considering other choices as potential prime minister. So there is some news there where the Haitians are concerned. As it is written here, I'm reading from the Gleaner. The council on Tuesday was scheduled to hold an election and choose its president, but 2 hours and a profuse apology later, one council member said that not only a council president has been chosen, but a prime minister as well. Murmurs rippled through the room. Headline delivered to your inbox. A civil society group represented by a council member with voting power denounced in a statement late Tuesday what is called a complot hatched by 4 council members against the people in the middle of the NIGHT. The political and economic MAFIA forces have decided to take control of the PRESIDENTIAL Council and the government so that they can continue to control the state. According to the reports here. Haitian politics have long characterized by secretive dealings, but many worries the country cannot afford further political instability to the capital. Port-au-Prince, and beyond. The news continued to say, people change parties like they are changing their shirts. Interestingly, most or all of the politicians there, the news said, is the ones calling the shots. So there's a bit of Haitian news for you. As the Gleaner have it, things are happening here and there and almost everywhere. Some news now in the Jamaica Labour Party. The government of the governing Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, found itself in a spot of bother. One politician commentary believe, while another has suggested that the party may have time to correct its path ahead of the parliamentarian election due in September 2025. The news says former mayor of the Montego Bay, Shalman Scott, acknowledged that while there has been fluctuations in the lead held by the PM over the JL recent months, the trend leads towards the opposition. His observation follows the latest People's National Party Commission Don Anderson opinion poll on vote intent, which reveals that the opposition party holds a 7.8 percentage point lead over the JLP. The results shows that a 36.8% of Jamaicans want the PMP in office, compared to 29% who wants the JLP to steer the country. So there's a 36.8 over 29, 36. There's a 7 point, call it like a 7-point lead or 6 point something lead. It has a margin error or plus or minus 3%. Scott says, time will tell whether this will hold over the next year or a half. Knowing that a lot can happen between now and when the election is called to cause a change in the course. We will see between now and the time when elections shall have been called what happens to the trend. We will see if that is maintained and sustained or changed based on other dynamics and international factors, said Scott. According to the news, a former mayor of Montego Bay who was elected councillor on a JLP ticket. But veteran journalist Lloyd B. Simit, who entered the lower house in 2011 for a single term on a PMP ticket, believes that the ruling party is in trouble. I definitely think it spills a lot of trouble, he says, for the JLP on, on the basis that, based on its own perceived track record, it would have thought that it had enough trophies to put in pole position going into the next election. Smith said in analyzing the finding. However, the news continued to say, he said it is clear that there has been an increased disconnection between the JLP and the electorate. So the people do not trust him. Coupled with that, Simit told the Gleaner, comes a great deal of arrogance, apathy, and disrespect. He said Jamaicans are now reacting accordingly. Further in the news, he said that from okay, I'm not gonna read that part. Let me say, people are under pressure from the high cost of living, feeling the strain whether at the supermarket or the corner shop. The cost of food items goes up every week, and I think this is one of the main reasons the news continue to say points for the JLP. I suspect, he continues, that it has to do with inflation and well as the fact that we still import most of our food, said Smith. He added that the government has not been able to establish a policy to balance importing against inflation and is paying the price for it. Notwithstanding the many roads that are being built and paved and the distributing of houses under the government new social housing program, Simi said the old Jamaica age right through empty barrels cannot stand. So that's an old proverb. He said this, oh, I lose it. What did I do? He said this has been the milestone around the ruling party's neck. Okay, let me see what time it is. Almost time for me to go here. You also say that the issue between the House Speaker and the former clerk to the House of Parliament and the government failure in the courts on the matter of the Constitution suggests that members are not aware of their role in to serve and not rule Jamaicans. So they are not aware of their role, that they are to serve and not to try to rule. What the news is saying that this person says that they seem to be ruling and not serving. He said the government having a large majority of 49 members of parliament, MPs, to the opposition 14, very low, has caused it to become complacent, arrogant, and feeling that it has another victory in the bag. He continued to state that many government MPs are now depending on the perceived popularity of the Prime Minister for our next term. It's not going to happen this time. He continues to say, I don't think this election is going to be as a leader focus as the other two in 2016 and 2020. Which explain the fact that even though the current Prime Minister is ahead of the opposition leader in the favorability rating, the Prime Minister is ahead of is the the opposition leader, the party rather, is ahead of the ruling party. The opposition party is ahead of the ruling party. So even though in the polls the ruling leader is ahead as it relates to the party, which party they favors, the opposition party is more favored than the ruling party. That is what is being said. Alright, with that said, for my one member that is here with me, I'm not sure as to who you are, but I just want to say much love and appreciation, more blessing to you, more power to you, because you have given to me, it will be given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. What will be given to you? That I may not be able to tell you this minute, but whatever will be given to you will be great, for you are great. You are in the place of greatness where great things happen and will continue to happen. So just know this one thing: greatness lies within you, and let no one take that away from you. Thank you for being here. It was my pleasure being here with you. See you next time.